Hey guys, it's Rob. We're in the shop today and I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to teach you guys how to make one flag out of one board. Here we go. Alright, so over here at the saw station, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one board and I'm going to measure it out, cut it all down the length, and go from there. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to break down this one board into all the measurements that we need to get started. So first I'm going to measure at 22 for the top stripes. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to measure 38 for the bottom 6 stripes. Now I'm going to measure 16 for the union. Now these are all rough measurements as of right now. Now what we have left should be roughly about 23 inches. This should be definitely enough for the back 4 supports that I use on the back of the flag. I'm going to wait to cut that in case I need to use that for anything else. Alright, now here I got my saw set to 1.5 inches for each of the stripes. So we're going to go ahead and cut all these. There you go. There's your 7 cut stripes. Get 7 perfectly out of the 1 by 12. Now we're going to go ahead and cut the 38-inch length for the 6 bottom stripes. There we have it. The 6 stripes for the bottom. I do pre-cut all of my unions days ahead before I assemble any flags. It just makes the process a lot easier. But I do not cut them to size before I CNC. I simply put the 1 by 12 by 16 inches underneath the CNC and then I cut it to length afterwards. I do recommend that you torch your boards before you do any sort of staining. It seems to discolor the red stain if you torch after you've stained. I know a lot of flag builders use jigs that they've made to assemble their flags. It's more like a clamps and flattens the flag. I'm pretty particular about the wood that I use. There's no bowing, no arching, hardly in anything, so I don't see the need for any sort of clamps. They all stay pretty flat. Now, I did make a mistake, and I don't really know how I did it. But if you see that 2-inch difference, so yeah, I simply use 3 hand clamps, and then I begin to tighten and begin to glue and tack. Those 4 stripes were from the 23 inches that I had left over on the 1x12. Um, they're cut down to 19 and a half, and simply glue and tack. With the separate union in the top 7 stripes, I do divide that one board to overlap both. I glue uh, nice and liberal glue to both sides of the union and stripes, and then I tack each one.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Here's when it actually dawned on me that I cut it too short. Usually I do have a little left over, and then I cut it to length, but this was just extreme. I don't really know what happened there. But I decided to go through with it. It doesn't look terrible. It does look stubby. Then I cut it down to length, and then I just gave this flag away. Well, I know a lot of builders overlap the stain to the sides of the flag, but what I do is I completely torch the 2 sides, top and bottom, completely charred. It is rustic, it is torched. It might as well look like it. So I completely char to where it's rippling up. It gives it a nice color once it's all done. I just run the torch over the stars just a little bit to give it a charred look. I like the stars to be charred in some of the corners that are cut. It makes it look a little more rustic. Now what I do here is I come back with a brass wire brush and knock off all the char. It leaves a nice brown color on it. After I scrape the char off with the wire brush, simply go back, blow it off with the air hose before I clear coat it. And simply use a clear coat of your choice, and there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys.